Greetings, biology students. It's me, Mr. Cheney, with another brilliant tutorial. This one we are going to be labeling and identifying different components of a plant cell, and you're going to recreate the plant cell diagram, much like we did in the previous unit with photosynthesis stuff. So, this one's far less slides to recreate. We're only recreating one diagram right now, but we're labeling one first and then we're recreating. So on Google Classroom, we're in Bio Unit 5, by the way. Here's the new assignment. So you're going to click the slide deck to the right to enter your workspace. So I'm going to do that. And step 1, using the attached picture or research on Google, match the terms with the components of the plant cell. You're going to create arrows and drag the given term boxes to identify them. Step 2 is we're going to recreate the diagram with labels. We're going to use shapes, colors, pictures, and more tools in Google Slides to do that. Feel free to use different colors for different things so that it's not an exact replica of what I've done. And do not try to copy and paste mine. I should see independent shapes that can be moved around. If you copy paste mine, it's just one big picture and I can tell that you didn't do components of your own. So here's the image that we can use to help us identify. And it's kind of a 3D image, but we can kind of tell by the different shapes what is what. So the animal cells on the left, animal cells on the right. Really the only difference between the two is that an animal cell does not have a cell wall. Animal cell has lysosomes and animal cells do not. So you can use that, or you can look up a diagram on Google if that would be easier. So let's go to the slide deck and see what we're talking about. So on slide 2, I've given you shapes, and the directions right here will tell you create arrow shapes and use the term boxes provided to label each component of the plant cell. So let's do an easy one, the nucleus. So I know the nucleus of this cell is this purple circle right here, so I'm going to take nucleus over here. I'm going to give an arrow. I'm going to there. Make sure they're connected like this. And that way I know that that is the nucleus. You could change this to... No, you don't want to change it. I thought there might be a double arrow, but that's okay. We'll do one arrow. So that's how you're going to label. So I've given you one. So the rest, and yes, I put them on kind of the same size as where they're supposed to be so that you can just move the shape, create an arrow. And remember, copy paste is your friend. So you could just Control-C, Control-V on these arrows and then adjust the length and the shortness of them if you'd like, or you could create one for each one. So that's our first step, is we're just labeling this plant cell. Second step is, based on the plant cell, we're going to recreate all of those components in there. So the cell wall is on the very outside, so I'm just giving you another clue so you can go back if you didn't get that one right. So using shapes, I'll start out obviously with the cell wall, and I can just use shapes to do that. I'm going to use kind of a rounded rectangle, so I'll do that. Do like a no fill on that. Do a border thickness pretty thick because that's what it calls for, and I can change the border color to a dark green. And so now I'm on my way. So then you need the cell membrane, and then you need to draw out some of these shapes. So if you need a bigger version of this, or you can go back to slide 2 to see it. But we're basically just recreating some of these, well actually all of them, inside of our own shape. So if I wanted to do something next, I might do like the nucleus, because that's just a purple like circle. So I can insert shape, to circle, that, and I'm going to make my border this, and make my border color dark purple, and fill it with a lighter purple. So I think I want that. And my nucleus. So something like the endoplasmic reticulum might be a little tougher. These shouldn't be too hard, like those components. Ribosomes are really easy. So you're basically, that's it. I mean, you're recreating this and you're getting creative and building your own plant cell with the labels. So if you wanted, you could go back over here, copy paste my labels. That's totally fine. So if you wanted to like highlight all of them, this, do Control C, come back over, Control V over here. That way you can just use your arrows and shapes without having to recreate those. Maybe if you wanted to get creative, instead of using the colors that I did for the shapes, you could change the colors to something you like better. That's it. Nothing too tough. First part is labeling using arrows. Second part is recreating the entire diagram, and that will complete this assignment. So this assignment worth 25 points. I've put a due date of Monday, and that's it. So if you need more help than is provided in this video, I will be in class to help you out. And that concludes this tutorial. See you back in class.